In the first reading, Moses said, "A prophet like me will be given to you from among your brothers by God." So in the words of Moses, God will give them a prophet. It is also indicating to us that Moses was a prophet. We often think of Moses as a lawgiver, the one God gave the 10 Commandments and the other commandments to guide the lives of the people. But Moses was not only a lawgiver, but he was also a prophet. In the gospel, the people spoke about Jesus, that he was one, or they acknowledged him as one with authority. He was not just like their teachers, but he was more than their teachers because he taught them, he spoke to them with authority. There's a difference between being a teacher and being a prophet. A teacher depends on the knowledge he has acquired through studies and experience. It has its source, it has a human source. But a prophet has inspiration from God. So the message of a prophet is something revealed to us or given to us by God. So the authority of a prophet is more powerful or higher than that of a teacher. And the people at the time of Jesus noticed in him that he was teaching with more authority than their scribes. And therefore, it also affirms what Moses said of Jesus as being a prophet. If we look at the statement of Moses, "A prophet like me will be given to you by God from among your people," we can think of two effects of that message: an immediate effect and remote effect. Immediate effect was that God had called Moses. He was called in the fire, burning bush. God spoke to him. God revealed a lot of things to Moses, and he led the people throughout the desert, and they were about to reach the promised land. But Moses was not going to be in the promised land, so God revealed to him, "A prophet like you will succeed you to lead the people to cross the river Jordan to the promised land." So by the statement of Moses, we can see the immediate effect of the one going to succeed Moses, to play the role of Moses as God had been dealing with the people. God could speak to Moses directly to be communicated to the people. In fact, at some point in time on Mount Sinai, when God spoke to the people directly, they were so frightened. So they said to Moses, "Please, God should not speak to us again. He should speak to you for you to come and tell us." So Moses was an intermediate between the people of Israel and God, through whom God revealed so much to them. And so seeing the importance or noticing the importance of a prophet, God promised the people through Moses that there will be somebody to lead them. And we all know that Moses was succeeded by Joshua to lead them to the promised land. And even after that, God continued to give them leaders to guide them, to guide their lives of what to do in order to be maintained as the people of God. But looking deeper into that statement, we can also see Jesus in that statement. Jesus who will be given to us by God to reveal to us about the things of God so that we can know God better and serve him well and relate well to him. So Jesus was given to us. So in today's gospel, we see the role of Jesus given to us by God and teaching us about the things of God with authority, because what Jesus was imparting to us was directly from God. And God always gives us the leaders, the prophets, in order to shape our life, to make our life better, to save us from evil. If you look at the life of Moses, God, through Moses, led the people from slavery to liberty, to freedom, in order to become the people of God. The work of Jesus has brought us salvation, has brought us liberty, has saved us from the power of evil, the power of the dominion of evil. In today's gospel, when Jesus went to the synagogue and he was teaching the people, we are told there was somebody in the church or in the synagogue who was possessed by demon. And when Jesus got to the synagogue, the man possessed shouted, "What are you to do with us? Or what do we have to do with you, Jesus? You don't need to be here. Go out." He was disturbed by the presence of Jesus. Why? Because he was possessed by demon. So he didn't want Jesus to be there. But while Jesus was there, Jesus shouted and asked the spirit to come out of him, and the spirit came out of him, and the man became free again. He was free from the power of demon. And if you look at the story, it reflects our own condition, our own situations. The man, as it was described at the time, was possessed by evil spirits. In our time, we can also be possessed by evil spirits. We can be possessed by demons, but sometimes we give different terminologies. We call it, we are addicted to this habit or this way of life, or we are controlled by certain situations and conditions. It is all an aspect of possession of demon. And because the man was possessed, he was not comfortable in the presence of Jesus. And so it becomes with us. Because we are possessed by so many things, we don't become comfortable about the truth of God. Sometimes we find it difficult, or we look for excuses to come to church because we don't feel comfortable. We are confronted with things of God which fight against the spirit dominating our life. And so we see that in the life of the man. But there is one thing we should not fail to acknowledge. Because Jesus was there, even though the man was not comfortable, it helped the man to be free from the dominion or the domination of the evil one, for him to become free again. So we may not feel comfortable in the church because of what will be confronting us. But we need to come, because by our continuing presence or encounter or engagement with Jesus, it enables us to be free from all this kind of dominion, addictions, all this kind of evil controlling our life. The man was set free by the presence of Jesus. We need to be set free by continuing engaging ourselves with Jesus. Continue to be in the presence of Jesus in order to be set free. So today we see in the work of prophets, the work of Moses, the work of Jesus, and all those who are truthful to God to play the role of prophets, God bring us liberty and freedom and save us from the dominion of evil in order to be free and healthy again. So may we pray, as Moses said, we should listen to the prophet given to us by God. We must always open up our hearts to what God has revealed to us through the prophets, through our leaders, spiritual leaders, religious leaders, and by responding to them in order to share this liberty and freedom that God is giving to us all the time through his different way, working through different peoples.